You do not shake his hand. Instead, you challenge Derek to display at least some dignity by fighting you one-on-one. That is, if he considers himself a nobleman's son, of course. Derek's face grows serious. There is no way for him to refuse this challenge in public. Derek makes a sign and Thomas is released and pushed to the floor. He gets back on his feet, cursing and itching to rush at them again, but you hold your friend back. The teacher of imperial law comes into the room just in time. Everybody immediately returns to their seats. A day full of lessons begins. You keep daydreaming of Derek's face, and how you're going to put an end to that nasty smile of his. Let's catch that bastard together and clean his clock. He hurt me, not you. The deal has been made, you tell your friend. This is a matter of your honor now. Thomas laughs angrily but agrees. Derek is already waiting for you in a narrow back street by the school. He is greeting you by his side. You walk forward and give him an opportunity to end this dispute once and for all. This is the nobleman's way. If you win this battle, Derek and the other children of nobles will never pick on the commoner's sons again. If he wins, you will never stand in their way and protect other students. You will fight him one-on-one. Derek walks forward uncertainly. You both roll up your sleeves. You raise your fists in a fighting stance. Derek tries to copy your movements. You hit him first. Derek does manage to land several glancing blows, but he's fighting a losing battle. He's never been in a real street fight. Thomas nods in approval. You have learned a lot from him. It does not take long for Derek to stop fighting back. One more blow and he squeals and raises his hands. You have won. You turn to the old nobleman's son with a victorious look on your face. No more teasing. And if anyone else says so much as one bad word about Thomas, they'll pay. Derek's former retinue disperses silently. Great sympathy. Very honorable. Okay. Your theology teachers tell you more about Anisotti. It is more than just a provincial capital. It is also a sacred place blessed by the gods. It is where the twin gods' first disciples spilled their blood, and from that blood grew the sacred silver tree. Its enormous foliage hangs over the city. You see its branches in the sky every day, but you have never approached the trunk of the tree yourself. Today, you will be taking your first trip to the silver tree. Your class is within a service in a great temple by the tree's very roots. Thanks to a theology teacher, you and the other students will witness this landmark of the twins' advent up close. Everybody's excited. Soon you and the other boys enter the slums surrounding the church district of Anisotti. The roots are pulsating under your feet. They spread on the ground all throughout the area. Pathetic, crumpled hovels and filthy streets surround the trunk of the tree. They are home to paupers, day laborers, and preachers. The people of the district bow humbly to you and point you towards the temple. They seem at peace despite the abject poverty in which they live. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with its divine grace, your teacher says. People come here to make peace with the world and their faith in it. The class is unusually quiet. Everyone is listening to the rustling of the leaves and the underground beating of the rooms. The sky above you is obscured by the tree's canopy. You find the temple of the twin gods right next to the tremendous trunk of the tree. It almost seems a part of it. There is a crowd there, pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes, paupers and beggars, common people of the city, and the occasional well-dressed noble. There are arguments among some people who are gathered in separate small groups. Many people are wandering around, staring upward to the tree branches. The tree impresses you with its might and the calm emanating from it. You are filled with the desire to sit down and think of the world, to learn something about yourself, to touch the silver white bark and hearken to the whispering leaves. You are distracted enough to fall back from the rest of your classmates. You notice a small path which should take you right next to the trunk. A tall red-haired woman walks out of the crowd of pilgrims. She is wearing a worn white robe. She is no longer young, but her face is youthful and covered in freckles. Her hands clutch a book. You have never seen this lady pilgrim before, yet she looks at you almost as if she has recognized a lifelong friend. She beckons to you and says her name, Mathilde, a preacher from Astinia. What she says next shakes you to your very core. "It is commendable to see a young man so keen to learn the teachings of the twins," she says. "Yet you will never follow the light of truth within the walls of the temple. Inside, you will find only the lies about the lots, the erring words of prophet Isaiah, sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins' own lives knows that they never so much as mentioned the lots." Red-haired preachers' words frighten you. They clash with everything you have heard from mother, everything you have been taught at school. The lots, I lie? You freeze in fear. Should you argue with Mathilde or ask her for more information? Or should you treat her as a mad woman and catch up with your classmates? You suddenly feel a small, warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl right next to you. She's just a little older than you, wearing a black dress, threadbare yet almost spotless. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief, with only a single golden lock showing. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling you away from the red-haired preacher. You stay in confusion at the strange young girl. Your cheeks flush by the sudden touch. There is just a bit of color in her cheeks too, but then she starts speaking to you quickly. "Don't listen to her. She's dangerous. Come to the temple with me. Only there will you see the truth." Stand there, surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims, and the sounds of snuffling feet turn between two people you have never seen before, and each of them expects you to follow her. But all the while you hear the whispering of the wind in the tree's branches. The branches reach out for you almost as if the tree wishes to speak to itself. Can you hear its voice? So we cannot open ourselves to the tree. And because we have willpower less than 0, so we cannot follow the girl into the temple. But we can stay with the red-haired pilgrim or leave them and approach the tree. So what should be done?